Alrighty. Well, hello there. ¿Cómo estamos, Pinasan? I hope you guys are doing well today. Hey, Panda, how you doing? And just as a reintroduction, because I just finished remembering to finally, with plenty of time, reconnect the Trovo. Hello to Trovo. Now we're in 4 different places at once. Yes, you are very much on time, Panda. Technically, or even early, Panda, because I usually start at 8 p.m. sharp. 8 p.m. Eastern, I should say. Hey, how you doing, Trex? Nice to see you again. Alrighty. Well, there is one thing that I waited to start stream about, and it has something to do with that inbox notification. Second favorite viewer. If you're the second, then who's the first? I'm not going to answer any questions. Nothing. Oh, you did? Oh man, I'm sorry I missed it. I don't know if I would have been able to do anything considering how much time I spend traveling to and from my 9 to 5. And then, at the 9 to 5. I do tend to watch some streams in the background, but I just end up lurking for the most part. I actually, the other day, was lurking on the artist I commissioned for my logo. I was glad to finally catch them streaming for once. Ah, okay. Panda, you've been the most regular of late. To be fair, Trex beat you out there a little bit, only because he's been here for over a year at this point. Oh. Ooh. Wait, why are you gonna do it? Was it P3P on PSP though, not PS Vita? Or was there a digital only available? Beyond the fact that why didn't you just buy it on Steam at this point? It's available on Steam. Not as OG as Show, but then again, Show's my streaming senpai at this point. Oh, though, speaking of which, I did already purchase P3 Reload, so I am prepared for when that comes out at the beginning of next month. We are making time for that stuff too. Oh yeah. That if there's anything that you have to get used to is talking to yourself. It's just part of the deal. I do it all the time. I'm not crazy. I promise. You guys are just, the other voices that aren't in my head. That's it. I promise I'm not crazy. Oh, Panda, no. Why am I an inspiration? Oh dear. I don't know if I want to be. What kind of inspiration am I giving? Because I don't even know. Oh, that's right. That's right, Trex. You did mention that a while ago, didn't you? That explains that. Although that would have been super lightweight by comparison because it was garbage upscaling unless you did some mods. I don't know. It might have been, it might not have been. I have no idea of the base spec stats of that laptop that did blow up, so... I mean, I try, Panda. I try my best. I'm trying whatever I can. I want to be as entertaining as those who I watch. And also informative, because I don't like... just, I don't know. I try not to be boring. That's all I tried to do. Okay. Although I did want to bring it up in stream, since obviously now I have an actual voice. Though, Panda, you've seen it in my, in the Discord, or at least I hope you did. If not, you can go check it back at it. So that VIP you've got, Trex. I wonder if it should stay. No, kidding. But I did want to touch on what I put up in the Discord not too long ago. Because I had started streaming. How long ago now? When was the last time that I did a Resident Evil stream, specifically Village? That was the last time I touched on any horror game, and I really want to get back to that as well. I do have, oh yes, I do have a Discord. You can actually check it in the link in the bio on Twitch. There's a link to the list of links that includes the Discord. I'm still trying to clean it up, but I have finally done at least the bare minimum, I believe. There is a general chatting section. It's because I didn't advertise it because I hadn't really done anything with it. But when two people found it because it was there, I was just like, okay, time to clean this stuff up. Because now it has my schedule in there, general announcements that I haven't used it for, but I'll get to it. Obviously for memes, and now I've added a forum part for stream suggestions that you guys can all get in on. You guys being the ones that are part of my regulars at this point. I don't see the announcement there. There it is. The announcement took a hot minute. And the only reason I say that is because I want to put you as part of the upper level there. Now I want to... Is there an image of Persona that says no cap to respond to that? Hi, Teddy. Hey, yo. Anyway, but there's the stream suggestions so that you guys can suggest each post just to generalize it out, right? Each post should be a suggestion, and then we'll discuss whether or not we'll pull it off. And I've opened it up to be not only games, but also maybe we'll do series and movie watch-alongs, where obviously for copyright reasons, I cannot put it on screen, but at the very least, I can put like a timer to say where I'm at so we can, watch it together at what point, considering how much Panda has been bringing up some anime that I've been missing at. So that's stuff that maybe will get joined on there as soon as I have the means or whatever to do so. What is already on the list to do is obviously we got to finish up Blue Archive, the main story stuff. We got to finish Honkai Star Rail story stuff. And then I have P3 Reload? Yeah, Reload. I just keep calling it P3R because it's basically the remake, and I know that it starts with an R anyway. But the Persona 3 Reload game, which I purchased, so I am ready to go with that once that drops. What date is that? I know that's like early in February, right? It's like the 8th or something? Oh, 2nd. Okay. Well, that's a Friday. My Fridays we're going to start to get busy. Maybe I can ask for a delay on that one day and then we can add to it. Now, I have played Persona 3 in the past, so this will not be a blind playthrough for me. I think it's a blind playthrough for Trex in technicality. I don't know. Panda, have you ever played any of the Persona games at all? I'm sure that they're going to change things up because otherwise, why would you buy P3R if you've already played, you know? Which I do have that. I do have that, Trex. We had discussed it before. And this can definitely be my, what's it called? Be put back onto my to-do on there. Anyway, sorry, I just saw your suggestion there. Which makes more sense, honestly, that we get to see some of the characters earlier on. Yeah, but Trex had joined us when I was streaming P5R. Sho was the one who introduced me to Persona. And literally the only game that's out that's not a spin-off. So I played a little bit of PQ flat. And I did play P4D. Yes. And a little bit of P5S. But never mind, I played some of the... But as far as the ones that I've completed every mainline series except for P2, both of them. Both P2s. Which I should get back to at some point, but that's a whole different kind of JRPG, so that's completely separate. And because there's a soft reboot between P2 Eternal Sin and P3, it doesn't matter anyway. Technically, it's a hard reboot, but there's an explanation as to why there is a reboot at all at the end of P2, which I'm aware of at least. But you know me, I do like story, so knowing the story and how we get there is a completely different thing for me. But yeah, we're going to be playing some P3 Reload when that comes out in 2 weeks. But yeah, as far as history, I actually played P3 Fest. I actually do have it in a hard copy. I found it for relatively cheap, surprisingly. That's hilarious. What do you want, girl? I have a little girl down here bugging me. But yeah, we're gonna get to that. Obviously, you know, Trex has been wanting me to play a little bit of, just to put it out there, what was put in the channel, but we can discuss a little more in there. Some Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which I do have on the Switch, so we can play that at some point in the future. What else? What else am I thinking about? Oh, right, the horror games. I want to go back to Resident Evil 8 Village, as well as play some classic games that I've been seeing on YouTube that are interesting to me. Stuff like Haunting Grounds and Fatal Frame and stuff like that. I don't know. Just stuff that's crossed my mind. But with all that prologue and to-do out of the way, thank you guys for being patient. Let's go check my... Hello? I'm not focusing the game. Aha! Let's go check that mail message that has a particular doctor of the ratio variety. Hello, Dr. Ratio. My first imagination? Is that what that one was? The what light is? And the hunt. Alright. There we go. I can actually get my inputs right. Technically, I have met him in the little side story with Ron May. I met him. He had almost Greek-like statue face. So obviously, I don't have a... I mean, I do have hunt stuff, but light cones. So what he do? Damage equal to 50% of Dr. Rigid. Okay, yeah. Skill 35. So basically not much different between the two of them. Oh my god, he has the math meme. He's doing the math meme, the math calculation meme. Plus, you know, Newton's apple, apparently. Ult. Deals imaginary damage. Oh, so I'm right. It was imaginary. Equal to percentage of Dr. Ratio's attack. There's single target enemy. Also OCD, apparently, considering how much he was cleaning that book. At first I was like, what the heck is he doing? Applies Wise Man's Folly. Dr. Ratio launches his... Okay, so he has a follow-up attack. Talent. Cognito ergo sum. What does that mean? I know what that means. It's Latin. I know what it means. I want to test my viewers' big brainitude. Let's see. When using a skill, Dr. Ratio has 40% big chance to launch follow-up attack. Oh no! Oh no! It's a very famous philosophical saying, and it has nothing to do with memento mori. That is Latin as well, though. But cognito ergo sum means I think, therefore I am. Panda found it. He's like, Google search, Google saved me. Or ChatGPT or whatever the heck you decided to use it up. Yeah, I know. I think, therefore I am. Which, honestly, for, I guess, Dr. Ratio, who has the math meme. Nuh-uh. Am I allowed to say cap now? Cap? All the cap? Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see. Mold of Idolatry, which makes sense considering the freaking mask I saw him wearing earlier. I didn't beat that thing, but either way. I guess it's not... Is it... I don't think he'd fit my current team comp, would he? Because currently I have Japard or Trailblazer as Preservation. And then I decided to put... Basically just buff the heck out of Jue and destroy. is my battle plan for the moment. With Ting Yung and Ron Mei. Oh, and I also did notice, speaking of characters, that I don't have enough, but I can try and get Kafka. Because she's available. But I don't have the resources for it at the moment. I don't have the resources for it. Although I do have a question, because when I went to the details... Stop it. Why do you want attention right when I start streaming, huh? Always when I start streaming. Did you hear me talking a lot? Is that what it is, girl? I noticed that the records are still here. Does that still count towards the pity pool? Because if it does, then we're almost at that point anyway. All I need is like maybe 2 or 3 more 10 pulls. No? Aw, that's a shame. That's a shame, but we still could get lucky. That is still true. So if I know my luck, and that's why I asked when I first was starting draws, that's completely the reason why I asked, hey, how many temples would it take to guarantee the drop? Okay. So I have to keep track of what the last one was. And in this case, I did try to pull on Ron May's light cone, but I only got to pull on it once. Any hoozles. Going back to your earlier thing, swap Zui. Why would I swap out Zui? She can actually, with her ults, break through every single... Well, basically, it's treated as weakness even though she's, you know, the type she is. Oh, this is an elevator. Okay. I was like, how do I get down there?
Wait, Miss Ting-Yun! Why are you still here? You're too close to the Crucible!
Thank you for the concern, but I'm fine. The General commanded me to stay with you. I dare not go against military orders.
Your life is more important, Miss Ting-Yun. Go back. We can
I'm very much aware.
to the
I know
General.
that specifically with Rui, you could pair her
There's
with...
really no need. I've spent my years traveling the universe. Not to mention, I'm younger and stronger than I look.
That's not the point,
Even you
Ting-Yun.
benefactors have probably lived longer than me.
Anyway, yeah, Silver Wolf. Actually, let me go look that up real quick. Only because I wanna. You know me, I always... Yeah, I didn't get her when I first started either, so I'm kind of sad, but I also didn't want to waste my pulls. Especially since it was towards the end of the banner. Oil lab. There we go.
Na, 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 na.
Character guide, which now has Dr. Ratio, that's the big exclamation point. Oh, and I guess it keeps adding... Okay, that's fine. Wait, what was I looking for again? Right, it was specifically with Zhui, what I had seen before as far as team comps.
Na, na, na,
So the two team comps I saw was basically Zhui Rame with Ting-Yun, and then a sustain of some kind, whether it's the abundance or the preservation. That's why I kind of have this setup as it is. And the other one is the mono quantum setup.
na, 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 na.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna turn away from chat for a second to finish my thought, because if not, I'm gonna get distracted with what the heck don't I know. Anyway, Zhui compared with Silver Wolf, Hu Juan, and Lynx. Basically a full team of quantums. So basically I've built myself out currently. Like having Zhui, Ranmei, Ting-Yun, and then Japard, because it actually doesn't have Trailblazer on this list of sustain. The choices are Japard, March 7th, Hu Zhuang, Lynx, Luo, Luocha, and Bailu. And then if I wasn't going to use Ting-Yun, then I would use either Asta, Silver Wolf, or Pella, which I have only 2 of those, and Ting-Yun's my highest level. I would love to use Sela. I don't have her. Here's where I keep my Sela. If I had one! Yeah, right now Zhui is my Sela of sorts. So basically my team setup is similar to what, you know, is requested. In fact, it's exactly as what's requested. Either way. It's probably not too meta anyway, because Rei I don't think is very meta, but I'm just trying to not run into brick walls as much as I can, you know? Man, I was this far away from a space anchor, huh? Let's give this a shot. Let's just see how this pans out, shall we? Like, the only thing I don't like about this grouping and why I had Trailblazer there first is because I have 2 ice, and I don't like doubling up on elements. But considering that there are teams of entirely 1 element, I should probably just nut up and not worry about it. Okay, that one.
Seems like the smoke is getting thinner.
Of course, I put away
Not thin
freaking...
enough. We need to hurry.
I put away freaking Trailblazer, and now that's the only thing that can actually
In custody.
break, other than,
Who's
you know,
next?
Dr. Ratio, obviously. Oh, so usually you don't have a mono type team outside of Quantum then? Alright, you wanna know what? I love you, Chapard, but I'm bringing back Jailblazer. I really, really like having type balance. And then Yuzuei's specific ability, her ult, basically ignores typing. So that basically, that checks out.
Let's be friends. There's more to life. Eternal.
Lamps at the ready. Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Welcome, customers.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
I'm on guard. Not a scratch.
Fight is fun!
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck!
And now that's actually correct.
You can't hurt me.
I'll just run back for a heal at this point. That actually worked out pretty good. It's a little slow, but at least, you know.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Heal up real quick. And back. We gotta move forward and back, and move forward and back. Ooh, Quantum's available on this one. I like their ability, what they do. That's not what I meant to hit! Gosh dang it! The auto target, why?
Let's be friends.
It's time.
Grace and elegance. Eternal.
Lamps at the ready.
Let me taunt them. I taunted! What is that? Why did I hit everybody but the person who taunted? Oh no, I've already done that. Okay, so we're gonna attack them.
See, by the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck!
Grace and elegance.
I'm on guard.
Let's be friends.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't see it hit, but you know, I'll trust your judgment on that one.
Lamps at the ready.
Alrighty, that worked out. The only thing I'm disappointed is the fact that I broke the heel.
To my wingspan. Turn it off!
I thought it was on. What the heck? Okay. Why is this here? Hello? Okay.
There it is.
I thought I saw taunt on all of them, at least the setup, but that's fine. I won't cry tears over it.
Welcome, customers.
1,000 wonders to raise your spirits!
Fight is fun! enjoying yourself?
Not a scratch.
Do you admit this crime?
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Forward, let's go.
Some value, I suppose. Eternal.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
By the order of the Ten Lords.
And the only one that doesn't have her weakness.
Knew I missed the monster.
That works. I'm gonna back up to heal up. Play it safe. But this comp seems to be working fine. I like it. I just wish it was a little bit faster at dealing damage, but I guess that's what I get for having only one major damage dealer.
What was that?
I'm not here. You can't see me. I'm just gonna run around in circles. Aha! Joke's on you! Joke's on you! Report.
It's time. Grace and elegance. Existence is unity.
A thousand wonders to raise your fight is fun! By the order of the Ten, execute the Marastruck!
There we go. That's fine. It can't.
Hurt me.
Oh, Ting Yun fell. Shoot. Okay, well, whatever.
Hurt me.
Knew I missed the Marstruck.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Yeah, that's the
Do you admit
negative.
this crime?
There's more to life.
It's time.
A few more days to my wingspan.
Alright. Back up and heal.
Yay, we did it! Can't see the smoke anymore. Excellent. I'll lead my troops to the rendezvous.
Was she technically down here holding her breath? Is that what was happening there? The only reason I dropped your part is because I wanted to fire because there wasn't any weakness, but then all of a sudden all the other ones had quantums and it was like, perfect, that works. Howdy, Trex. See you around, my dude. Ooh.
So, you succeeded in dousing the elixir cauldrons.
Is this who we were talking to in the side quest the other day?
Unimportant.
Yes.
The inevitable
Consider she's got her
is
eyes
already
closed.
upon us.
Her eyes closed.
Don Shu. It's you.
I have met you before in my capacity as chief alchemist, master diviner. You don't seem surprised.
Yeah, I made sure when it said that I would lose access to those side quests, I was like, oh, let me go do those real quick. It actually had a lot of impact on Sho in specific, considering that she's, you know, disabled in some capacity.
Indeed. The general
And God,
and I knew
the stuff that was there was
disciples of Sanctus
heavy.
Medicus must be hiding in the Alchemy Commission. However, without evidence, we couldn't bring charges before the commissions. We had to wait for you to show yourselves, and now your charges are many. Drawing Stellaron spirits into the Xianzhou, resurrecting the Ambrosial Arbor, striking down our people with Mara. The Ten Lords Commission will address these transgressions during your reckoning.
Crimes? If I am guilty, then all of our Xianzhou ancestors are also guilty.
And?
They were the ones who accepted the blessings of the abundance and turned their descendants into long-life species.
Okay. But the law wasn't in place at that point in time, so I'm not sure if technically they would be guilty, unless the law included grandfathering in, but then I'm pretty sure that technically everybody would be guilty by association, essentially, right?
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus are only walking on the road our ancestors once took. How is it a crime to seek ascendance?
I'm glad I played the side quest first, because this sounds really stupid. How is it a crime to seek ascendance into something that basically is, you know, not exactly ascendance, but, you know, we'll treat it as such? But then you know her motivations when you read her diary, and you're like, okay, I get why she wants it, that's fair.
In days of old, the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor enveloped the Xianzhou Lafu like a living creature. We controlled the stellar seas, and none could stand in our way. Everyone could become celestial and shift form at will. Divine miracles.
I wish they would have made it
descended
part of the main
onto
story.
all
You know,
9
like you
Xianzhou
cannot continue until you've done this stuff. Not a
glorious time
be
that
careful,
was.
you will lose access to this stuff. Luckily, I am a person of, oh, I'll lose access to it? Well, that's extra stuff that I'm not going to get later, so let me just go grab it now.
How far the Xianzhou has fallen. We consent to be commanded by the devilish archer. Suffer continuously at the hands of the denizens of abundance. And the Ten Lords Commission even forces us to give up our immortality. How pitiful. I do not blame you for your ignorance. We were not born in the era when the Ambrosial Arbor first descended, nor did we witness its miracles. But now, we now have an opportunity to restore the ancient laws.
I feel like this is a completely different character at this point, though. Her arguments are the same as every other of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Whereas at least her personal drive to this makes a lot more sense. Where you're like, okay, yeah. She is super depressed between the fact that she made a choice to make herself suffer, unfortunately, in being able to see temporarily that got overtaken within a month, essentially. And then the same war that against the people that, you know, she originally stood for allowed her lover, essentially, or at least, you know, gal's pal, you know, whatever. Yeah. The gal pal to, you know, die in war when she wasn't even on the front lines. To fight her. Only because I wanted to make sure she didn't leave, but obviously that doesn't make a difference. But I did have to stop and think, to be absolutely fair and clear. I had to stop and think. It wasn't an easy choice to make. Because I could not blame her for her choice. I could only blame her for enforcing her choice on others. And, you know, basically all the stuff she's spouting now where I don't quite agree with it, because it's just like, okay, I get, you don't want to be this long life species that basically cannot heal themselves from defects like blindness, right? However, there are others that you are drawing into your fold that don't need that. It's not necessary. And we did discuss at that point in time how when you do not have an endpoint such as death, right? It makes everything else irrelevant. It's just like, okay, I should learn a language. I can learn it at some point or another, because if I learn it now, you know, eventually in the future it's going to change to some other language, or it'll morph itself from the classic Like, just look at the English language, since most of us are English speakers in the chat. Look at how it was, if you've ever read Beowulf, like, at least seen what Beowulf was originally written like, that looks nothing like English. Then you skip ahead, you know, just a couple hundred years to the Canterbury Tales, and that still, while it looks more like English, it still doesn't make quite that much sense when you read it that way. The first time that it makes some amount of sense is when you start reading Shakespeare, which people call early English. It's not early English, it's at best early modern English. Early English is Beowulf. And all that is in less than 2,000 years. Now imagine if you lived for that long. Why the hell am I going to learn? I know, wasn't it? I read it in college, to be fair, but yeah, that's especially... Well, let me be fair. I did read it in high school, but I read it in high school with the translation, let's call it, right? What to modern English. But in college, I read it again with the early English, and I'm like, what the hell am I reading? Anyway, point still being that why the heck would I even bother learning the English language if it wasn't my first language? And I lived forever, essentially, if, you know, it's just going to keep evolving. What's the point? You know, so there is a reason why I disagree with this eternal life BS, but I do sympathize with her particular plight of not being able to see and being linked to specifically this long life without the ability of eternal life. For her in specific, I sympathize. For the entirety of the group, I do not.
Forgive me for thinking you might have harbored some profound enlightenment.
They won't allow it in the main
Yours
story.
is the
We have to
same
make it
talk
so.
of those who seek power and give up on their humanity.
And as much as I did argue in specific that, what was it? That, you know, being immortal sucks because of the fact that why do you have any motivation to do anything when you have forever to do it? I have a feeling that people with, at the very least, ADD, ADHD, because the first time I heard that argument, I was like, I see your argument, but I don't know. I do it out of boredom, you know, because I have nothing else to do at that point, you know? Oh, but then you don't have the same goalposts as everybody else. Okay, yeah. And maybe the introvert in me says I don't really care about that. If I just, so long as I understand, yeah, I'm not going to die where everybody else around me will. Shrug. But by the same token, it is one of those things where I do understand the limitations of humanity causes. I will say that if the entirety of a species was immortal, then what is the point of ever doing anything? Like, if it's just one person or a subgroup of people, it doesn't matter, in my opinion. But if it's the entirety of a race and all that they are is that, yeah, that starts to drag. As an example, think about classic Greek gods and goddesses. They didn't do jack unless they were, what's it called? Unless they were, you know, sacrificed to for whatever, or, you know, in certain gods' cases, just found them pretty or whatever when they took interest in a particular mortal. Otherwise, they just hung out in heaven on Mount Olympus and just did whatever. Most of the progress came from the mortals on the floor, you know? So
Our Xianzhou ancestors fought side by side with the Arbiter, laid waste to the Arbor, and
in technicality, obviously, Greek gods were not
to lay down the lines
immortal
between
per
life
se.
and
They
death.
just could not die from
In doing
old
so,
age
we
because they were
enshrined our
killed
future
multiple
as human
times.
beings. Celestials? There are no Celestials on the Xianzhou. The divine miracles of the abundance, the manipulation of life and death. Your deeds are nothing but evil.
I wouldn't say, because I would say there's a lot of people that would prefer that life and death are not a thing when they lose their loved ones too early. cough, cough, Dan Shun, and her gal pal. See, I see the good arguments on both sides of this. This is what I loved, absolutely loved sometimes about what I saw in Final Fantasy XIV. There is not a truly correct side to this. There's no 100%, oh no, this side is right and this side is wrong. We're done. No. You could see an argument from Fu Xuan's side of, hey, look, being immortal and stuff like that, that is beyond what we're supposed to be. And it causes too much corruption, which we are seeing in a bunch of, you know, high places. But on the opposite side, I do see Dan Shu's. I mean, not an invalid argument, just not one I'd wholly agree with, considering how much he's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with sometimes, but that's okay. And then on, obviously, Dan Shu's side, you've got obviously her blindness and the fact that she cannot cure it by any means, period. And any means that she could have, that is easily attainable, would be temporary. And how much she suffered because of that, you know? So this is what I like about good stories. Make it so that both sides are right and both sides are wrong, right? And I'll even say that with Blue Archive. Blue Archive does the same thing, where you see why Gematria wants power, and they think that as adults they have the right to dictate what the students do. They're not fully wrong to say that they are, but I believe more in Sensei's vision of we need to guide them on the correct paths and this, that, and the other. The only one that I'll say is wrong straight out, and honestly the game proves me right too, is freaking Beatrice. We'll see that in Chapter F and how quickly she gets smacked about for her decisions by comparison to everybody else in Gematria. Anyway, but let's not talk about Blue Archive right now. We are on Star Rail, so let's do that.
I have nothing to say to you, Master Diviner. You have already made your decision. You have discarded power. A most foolish choice.
Oh, okay. I thought...
Master Diviner, allow me to show you what the Celestials were
All
capable
will be
of.
swept away by the wind.
I didn't think we were fighting yet, but here we are.
Some value, I suppose.
By the order of the Ten Lords.
Ah, too late, but that's okay. Let me take this guy out
Execute the Marastruck!
before he does some stupid stuff.
Eternal.
This ends here.
And
Aim
shield.
of Len, a will forged in ice. Never falters.
Seize the moment.
I wanted to defeat him quickly because of the fact that he was going to put the I'm gonna kill you dot on real quick, and we wanted none of that.
It's time.
Enjoy yourself. Seize the moment.
Do you admit this crime? 1,000 wonders to rate its finest crime!
Wait, what? I started reading from the bottom there, and yes, I know what I said. What did you say? Wait, what? I'm so confused. I know what you're referencing now. Okay.
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! No one misses the Marastruck.
Some value, I suppose. Existence is unity.
Hope you're prepared.
Every petal in all will be swept away by the wind.
Welcome, customers.
It's time.
Merciful Medicus,
I knew it.
hear my call.
Yeah, I know, right? It's only a shame that as soon as this is done, well, for the time being, it won't make sense anymore.
We were supposed to attack yesterday.
To my heart's content.
Japa.
Do you admit this crime?
Wait, is my health limited? The heck? That's
This
too late.
ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
Luckily, I have shield at least.
The Order of the Ten Lords.
Too late now, but
Marstruck.
since I know that they can actually put that multiple times, let's not.
Eternal.
Hope you're prepared.
Let's be friends.
A thousand wonders to raise. Fight is fun. By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marstruck. No one misses the Marstruck.
There's more to life.
This ends here.
Uh-oh.
It's time.
Existence is unity.
Every petal in all will be swept away by the wind.
I'm still needed.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Nice.
In the name of Len, a will forged in
Oh,
ice
thank goodness that he has that ability to raise himself right after.
To my heart's content.
Do you admit this crime?
No.
Some value, I suppose.
This ends here.
It's time.
Welcome, customers. There's more to life. Eternal.
Of immortality.
A thousand wonders to raise your spirits.
Not too late now, but that's okay.
Fight is fun. By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marstruck. No one misses the Marstruck.
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
He only does that once per battle, but it'll be worth it if I can push through. Yeah, she'll get an opportunity.
Do you admit this crime?
Yes. Wait, 45? Or 45 what?
The Ambrosian social arbor's descent will bring us undying bodies. The one who gave us the Stellaron said that.
Wait, what? Oh, that he lived on 45 health? Departs, boss.
Pantilia, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have fulfilled our promise.
Pantilia?
You, Lord Ravager, must do the same. Now, quickly.
Little pawn. Must you force me to intervene directly?
Wait, what?
I'm loath to flout my philosophy of destruction.
Wait, but she's not destruction. She's Huh?
Never mind. It would seem the time has come for other means of dismantling the Xianzhou from within.
Come again? I know that we established that she, you know, at least had thoughts that were of that ilk, but I thought it was just because she was a short.
You received the gift of abundance. Surely you can withstand the lesson of destruction.
Whoa!
Benefactors. Introduce myself.
Wait a minute. Oh, good, I got healed. Thank goodness, because I was about to say that's not fair.
With a single purpose: to set in motion the self-destruction of the Xianzhou.
I still find it funny that I have Ting Yun in the party, though. What?
Miss Ting Yun is the Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion? But how can that be? Keep calm, all of you. This is a formidable enemy. We have to stay together.
Is that all? Is that all?
Oh my god, they just want to kill him. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that's exactly what I would have liked out of that, but...
Seize the moment.
It's time.
Grace and elegance.
By the order of the Ten Lord, execute the Marastruck! No one missed the Marastruck.
Now it's no longer right. Which is disappointing.
This ends here.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
We have a situation at hand.
Oh, quickly.
In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice never falters.
Welcome, customers.
Okay, now.
Every
First.
petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Oh.
Do you admit this crime?
Oh, thank goodness. That actually worked out very well.
Let's be friends.
Yes.
It's time. 1,000 wonders to raise your finest one! By the order of the execute the Marastruck!
But I didn't know that the
Customers?
that destruction also
No one misses the Marastruck.
garnered that much enmity, let's call it.
Some value, I suppose.
Hope you're prepared.
Let's be friends.
You could have surrendered.
There's more to life. Eternal.
are fortunate that Zethro and Selenova never set their gaze upon the Cienjo.
Who I have no idea who those two are, but okay.
They have no qualms about dealing out destruction by their own hand. But since that stubborn general of yours has forced me to take center stage, I'll make sure I steal the show. My apologies for leaving so soon, but I have an appointment to keep. I'm sure my friends here will be happy to entertain.
All will be swept away by the wind.
What is preservation by that extension, I suppose?
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
Welcome, customers. Do you admit this crime?
Thousand wonders to raise.
Fight is fun!
By the order of the Ten will execute the Marastruck.
This ends here.
Let's be friends.
She's still good.
Eternal.
Welcome, customers.
Some value, I suppose.
I'm trying to think about what I want to do here.
It's time.
Let's be friends.
There's more to life. Existence is unity. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Do you admit this crime?
Welcome, customers. Fight is fun!
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck. Knew I missed the Marastruck.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice
Okay, okay,
never
okay.
falters.
Good. What else do we have? No, I'm gonna give it it's
Some
2.
value, I suppose.
Can we talk?
Apparently not, but you know.
There's more to life. Eternal. Some value, I suppose.
It's time.
Let's be friends. Enjoying yourself?
Uh-oh. You know what?
In the name of
For safeties.
Len, a will forged in ice
For safeties. I wasn't 100% if I could finish that. So I was just like, I'm gonna throw that out there just in case.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you really saying that Miss Ting-Yun was a member of the Antimatter Legion all along? And what was that fire that came out of her? And her body? Where did it go? Mr. Yang, you're smart. What happened just now?
You're smart. Oh, preservation is there. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay, so preservation is 150, destruction 125, and that's why she's got hit a lot. Army would have been 75, and Hunt and Irradiation. And then... Oh, no, Harmony is 100. Okay, so it's still high, but just not... Hunt and Irradiation. Okay. That does explain the slight spoiler I had for Ting Yun in specific from some tier lists.
The flame we witnessed claimed to be Lord Ravager Fantilia, a name I've heard other Nameless speak of in the past.
Wait, other Nameless? Who else besides the ones we've met? Are there more Nameless that we don't know about?
She's one of 7 Lord Ravagers who serve Nanook, and finds pleasure in witnessing the self-destruction of mortals. She's led countless souls down a dark and hopeless path.
Ah.
Meaning that Ting Yun had long since fallen under the Lord Ravager's influence?
I don't believe so. Fantilia revels in watching a corrupted mind eating away its host from inside out, until the obliteration of both is achieved.
Okay.
But there was no indication that Ting Yun had been misguided or manipulated. It's possible that the Ting Yun we knew wasn't her true self, but an image Fantilia devised to serve her own purposes.
That's to say that Ting Yun...
You're saying that the real Ting Yun is still...
I'm sorry, Marge. I can't say with any certainty where the real Ting Yun may be, or at what point she was replaced by the imposter. Without knowing where the body vanished to, it'll be tough to get an answer. At this point, it's all just conjecture and hope. But if that body belonged to the real Ting Yun, it does raise the question of why Fantilia would go to such lengths to destroy any evidence of her. Wouldn't it be more in line with her destructive nature to leave Ting Yun's remains behind as a display of power?
I know, right?
I believe this to be Fantilia's goal.
Yeah, that's what's really
to
weird
sow
at this
seeds
point.
of doubt among us and ensnare us in a malevolent trap.
It's clear that the sudden resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus is all connected to the Lord Ravager. Pretending to be a Xianzhou citizen? Planting a Stellaron in the Luofu? All part of her plan to bring about our self-destruction.
What I find interesting is that someone who follows destruction was helping a team that followed abundance. I know why. It makes sense. They're looking at self-destruction here. But then, When did I say that? Not that I didn't say that. It's very clear that I did, but I'm like, trying to remember when I said that.
Fantilia is aiming for the ambrosial arbor. If she succeeds, the Luofu will be deprived of its roots, making its destruction all too easy. We must stop her. We need to take a star skiff to Scale Gorge Waterscape. The ambrosial arbor can be sealed from that delve. Let's make haste.
Not before I get this box. Okay. I know that I gotta heal, but I'm hoping that there's another point at the other side of this. Actually, you know what? Just in case there's not. He seems patient enough. I'm hoping these guards won't block my path back. Back at Eurilo? When would I have said that? And Eurilo? I would have bought that I would have said that here. Huh. like the closest thing, not a dead character, but a character that doesn't exist is what I said, probably, because I said something to the degree of, it could be, because it could be that I'm mixing it. That what I said in specific was something to the degree of, you know, some of these characters don't exist in the story, but I'm using them, which is kind of weird and funky. You know, in my eyes, but that's exactly kind of what is happening with a dead person now. But as I mentioned, I got somewhat spoiled on that. There was a, actually, hold on. No, okay, still not. I'll talk later. There were tier lists of characters, and Ting Yun was put on the dead tier list. And I'm just like, dead as in she's not useful, but I don't remember her not being useful. And it makes no sense considering that you guys specifically said that Arlan was probably the most useless character of the ones that I pulled. And he was above her, technically. You know, and I'm like, why? By the way, I got Luca at some point.
The faster the progress, the greater the chance of errors.
Who's this voice actor? Feels super like I should know them.
The faster the progress, the greater the chance of errors.
I don't have this one. Rip. Beyond the fact that, you know. What should I give him? Start of the battle, where's wait. I think I'll take this one for now. I do have to enhance it a bit. Can I superimpose? No, okay. Second. That's gonna take forever.
That imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses. How utterly despicable. What worries me more is just how many more antimatter saboteurs are at large.
Man, that means the Antimatter Legion has been in every single place we've been to, because they were the ones assaulting the space station. Technically, they're the whole reason why Yarilo 6 went into, you know, the Eternal Winter, because of the wish to stop the invasion of the Antimatter Legion. And now they're here. Good lord. So why did we start as the destruction again? why was Trailblazer's first ability destruction? Shouldn't it have been something else? Or was that just an effort to keep the balance with the initial team, having a hunt and a preservation on your team already? And it makes sense for them to be those. Yeah, about Ting Yun.
It all happened so suddenly. But looking back, I think Mr. Yang was right. Ting Yun was behaving strangely.
She was fascinated with the Abundance's creations. Since she was an Amicastor dispatched by the Skyfaring Commission, it's evident that there must indeed be a person with her name in the Commission. We'll have to let the Cloud Knights get to the bottom of what happened to the real Ting Yun. As for the Ting Yun who accompanied us all that way, it's like what Mr.
That's
Yin
right too.
said.
That works.
Her appearance was designed to sow seeds of doubt among
And it was only
us.
because we had
We cannot allow
garnered
ourselves to fall into her
the
trap.
appreciation of the preservation that we were able to switch, right? I'm trying to the attention. We garnered the attention of the preservation. Of the Aeon of preservation, so that's why we were able to switch to preservation at the moment.
It is a delve governed by the Vidyadhara. Supposedly an ancient oceanic region transferred from the Vidyadhara home planet. After the Ambrosial Arbor was broken in two during the war, its roots were left gnarled and broken. Yet it never died. The Alliance decided to seal the arbor within Scale Gorge Waterscape, entrust it to the High Elders of the Vidyadhara, and rely on the power of long scions to constrain it. It has been so long. No one knows whether the seal remains. Even if it does, I doubt it will hinder that spectral Lord Ravager. I've reported the current situation to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He made no further contact after we communicated at the Matrix of Prescience. He said he had important matters to personally attend to.
I'm not sure if that means he has the utmost confidence in us or if he's gonna betray us in one way, shape, or form yet.
The situation stands on the edge of a precipice. We must trust in the General.
Do we, though? Do we have to? I mean, he's chill, but the only reason we've been able to do this is because of him. And if he just flips his coin to the other side... I would hope so. I would hope that the Trailblazer will be able to garner the attention of every single Aeon and be able to switch to whatever you need.
This is...
You sure? I haven't talked to him enough to know, because he kind of set up a lot of this stuff to the point where I'm like, To the point where I'm like a freaking Minecraft villager.
Huh? You're pretty familiar with this place.
Shush.
Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military broadcasts on the way over. Something about the Cloud Knights gathering here, right? They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem. It's been such a long journey, but now we're finally gonna meet some Cloud Knights.
I thought you were a
I'll
Cloud
be back
Knight.
with my unit.
Oh, okay.
I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though, we did take a bit of a detour.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chances and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest.
I just remembered the last time we saw him do stuff, it was abundance related. And I am not too happy, confident, what's the word I'm looking for, with especially that last line, and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest. Let me bring back the Minecraft villager. I will not hear such slander of the cute Bailu, okay? He's freaking adorable. And Nat. You're saying that both Nat and Bailu are sus? I will not hear of this slander.
Meaning?
God, her innocence is so precious. Your Shang's innocence is just far too precious. Oh my god. Please never change.
Meaning, thank you. Miss Sushang.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain. You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
Cloud Knights invited us to go with them. Your homeland's got some really big crucibles.
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade?
Right?
I've delayed for too long. I need more information.
Is she actually a Cloud Knight, or is she just... To be fair, I assume that she's at least in training to be a Cloud Knight. That's why I'm questioning. Is she actually a Cloud Knight, or is she just, like, in training? Like, she's too much of a cinnamon roll to not be at least, you know, partially telling the truth about the Cloud Knight stuff.
What's up? Go where? The Lafu is under lockdown. The Cloud Knights operation isn't over yet. Relax.
That could be true.
When the fight is over, I'll personally escort you and Mr. Locha home.
Run.
I'm sorry. I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey. Both of you.
Wait, is that Locha in there? No, who's that?
I need...
Have I met that guy? I love this game. If they don't look... If they look kind of, not cookie cutter, then it's just like, huh, there's somebody important.
What a huge cauldron.
This Orient cauldron is driven by the cloud hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ancient sea like a whale swallows the tide, and refines it into medicinal pellets.
I'm not sure if a whale swallows tide, but maybe space whales, so I'm probably not the best person to comment on that in specific. But if this is a flashback that Dan Heng is having... Wait, does that make him... I mean, I did get the spoiler other version of Dan Heng, but... Let's see how this goes. Hold on. Let me off! Let me off! Whoa!
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, cloud hymn magic
Oh no.
is just the beginning.
Chosen One storyline. I hate those. I don't hate them, but they're not. They're.
Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse? These memories... No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
No breakable pots.
They say that you're Lung's powering hermit. Is that true?
Long. I was exiled from the Xianzhou. I'm no longer one of the Scions of Permanence.
Permanence?
doubt I will be here to see you take charge. No need to feel aggrieved. Videodora go through cycles of life and death, existing forever in this world. By the time you are the High Elder, my hatching rebirth will be complete, and I will be a child once again. Please take care of me.
Their society is really whack. Well, whack by comparison to what we're used to as, you know, humans, because that's really weird to think of. I'm your teacher now, but eventually I'll die and be reincarnated, and I'll be the little one, so you're gonna have to teach me when you get older. It's just like, excuse me, what?
Surging power. It's you. You've returned, High Elder. Something terrible is happening in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
I'm sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find them.
Melodias. Sorry, Meliodas. That's not familiar to me. Oh, wait. I didn't know I could make that face. That's actually kind of cool. I could do that without having to swap my... I haven't watched that either.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now.
And though I'm aware of so much anime without having watched any of it. It's so hilarious. I know of the 11 Deadly Sins, but I have never seen it. Oh, man. You didn't heed us then, you won't heed...
It seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Scale Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
Is he talking to a memory? Now I think about it. Like it's current? That's what shows and movies are for. In technicality. Granted, I said for stream, but we can do that as a private gig for, especially once I get, you know, membership subscriptions, whatever you want to call them.
He's here.
Right on time.
What's the difference between a memory and an echo? Echo usually is what's left behind, a memory of sorts. At least in usual fiction. Now, here it might be a little bit different.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling. It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here.
How do we get here before them?
It's time to pay the price! It's time!
Good on the voice actor to step up to that laughing and madness thing, because I was just like, I'm not seeing it in the animation, but I'm hearing it in the voice. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what. Dude, chill out. No!
You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I have nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death.
Wait, is Dan Heng the doctor? Another name and face? Although usually the doctor has the same name. He's the doctor. But another face. Doctor Who, the doctor. very much always the same name. He's the doctor, but very different faces every single time.
I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Hung. You will know the pain of death.
Did you die once already? The only species that we know that comes back from death are the Vidyadhara and technically Japard, but that's I think more of a gameplay mechanic than it is. That's him like falling to his knees and saying, because what he says when he gets back up, you and me are on the same wave. Okay, that goes for Count of Clairvoyance. Because I at least was predicting you. That goes. That counts. I hate that it counts, but it counts. All right, there we go. But in technicality, I think that's more gameplay mechanic, because I think that's literally like anime pro tag, you know, gets beaten down by the antagonist and is just like, I need to keep fighting, and then just gets up from his knees. But it is still funny that we both thought, technically Japard does that. Comes back from the dead, because he's... I mean, in technicality, they don't die. Unlike with most JRPGs, I'm still needed, exactly. In most JRPGs, when they get knocked out, they fall to the floor, but all your characters fall to their knees, which is not usual for that. But it does explain why Japard can get himself back up. I'm reminded of the immortal words of Chumbawamba. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I would sing it, but considering I'm also streaming to YouTube, I don't want to get copyright struck and stuff. The fact that I did it that way, what the heck? I'm such a freaking weirdo. All right, I am tabbed out of the thing.
Not on my watch.
Whose watch? Oh, hi.
You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive.
Yanqing.
You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
On occasion. But they are definitely usually there, and if they are there, then and they're able to chat, because sometimes they just kind of are there to listen. They'll, like, I get likes on Facebook all the time in specific, and such, but all the chat would be in the on-screen chat. It's a shared chat. Every Facebook, YouTube, Trovo, all that stuff would show up. And obviously Twitch. All that shows up in the on-screen chat. So if they're there, then they can say hi. But obviously, it's up to them. Both you and Trex, technically you, Trex, and I was gonna say Lost Pause, but that's not what I'm thinking of. But you have been the most talkative on my platforms in my recent recollection. I'm sure that I've had a couple that have stopped by once or twice. Yes, absolutely. But I can see all of them on mine, so if you see me referencing something that's not in chat, then you know that I'm talking to somebody from a different platform. I kind of wish that I could put the platform icon next to it, but then it gets kind of busy with the VIP and the mod stuff. And sometimes it actually helps out that I do this multi-streaming, because like if something's happening with the platform that day, like it has happened in the past. Yeah, I remember. But it has happened in the past that happened, and show popped into like YouTube to continue watching, where, you know, his connection to Twitch was spotty or whatever, or vice versa.
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh?
There it is. Thank you, Panda. Thank you for the sub over on YouTube's. I know, he's somewhat familiar. Relative of yours. I think you're a little bit older because your name's slightly longer with the underscore. You're a little wiser in that respect because you're older.
You look so familiar.
Actually, 4 hours ago, I got, speaking of stuff on other platforms, I'll just replay it because it popped up before stream, but I got a follow on Facebook from Jose Wilson, which I thank you all. I'll just pop it up there. Yeah, one of the reasons I chose, I should go over the story again of how I ended up with my particular username. It has an interesting bit that has to do when I decided to get more serious about my streaming and work towards, you know, I was gonna say partnership. It's not partnership, but it's not ally. Yeah, whatever it is. On Twitch, as well as, you know, other platforms. Basically, monetization is what I'm trying to work towards. I have zero monetization, but I still work towards it because I want it. And if I fail, I fail. It's fine. I have fun with it anyway. Affiliate, thank you.
Look out!
Quit hiding.
Ooh.
Your true self revealed.
Ooh.
You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Invibitor Lunae.
This was a spoiler we had before.
You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice.
Is this a three-way fight?
I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Sword, heed me.
Not a three-way fight.
No interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the
Hey, he said the line.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison.
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
So I guess all I can do is attack.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka?
Lady, listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
So it begins.
Surrender!
Fail to send you. What's wrong?
Well, I don't have the abilities to do jack with him other than attack, so.
I wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
Don't fail to send you.
Man, he builds up a lot of freaking.
Just won't give up. I only have one choice.
Oh, I want him for that awesome EX though.
So familiar. Did she teach you?
She who?
You deserve no mercy.
Wait,
Can't delay any longer.
how's that?
I didn't wish to harm anyone. But there's no other way. Forgive me.
I didn't do all the side quests. I just did the ones that said that I would lose out on doing the side quests if I didn't have the opportunity.
Heaven's search. Forgive me.
I failed.
This isn't over.
Okay.
All of you listen to me. Stop.
Why does she have that ability to change the coloring of her letters?
Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lafu's hotshot general.
Okay.
Genuine.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is.
Wait, what?
Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time.
Whoa, okay. You got serious. Oh, okay.
It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together?
Oh, that's so weird. I'm so confused about the general's
A realm of
intentions.
singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Danfeng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Dan Heng. Whether Danfeng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me. I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water, an exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you.
You did. But to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Dongfeng, you must do something for me. Before I can let Dongfeng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Luofu.
I may not be capable of the things that Dongfeng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Dongfeng is no more. Now, there is only Dongfeng.
I feel like I'm watching a Doctor Who episode with all this referencing to previous lives and whatnot, but it's not quite the same because the Doctor's always the same person despite having different aspects of himself up in front, where here he's claiming, I am not Dongfeng, who was his previous incarnation. Like, that person is not who I am at all.
I am the general of the Luofu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you.
God, I love this vista though. It looks so cool.
I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. But I
Is he trustworthy, feeling though? His mysterious nature and basically, I've never been able to fully trust him because he keeps so much close to the vest, close to the chest, that I'm not even sure, whether or not I can fully trust him. I just take him at his word for the moment, but that doesn't mean much in the longer scheme of things, The
hunt is far from over. Yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits.
Like, why did he need to get the Stellaron hunters involved for bringing
the Alliance must fight the Legion to our dying breath. Even
the Express here, when he could have probably just sent out a message.
Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Yet they never took up arms against the Alliance. The armies of the Seven Ravagers all have their own means of destruction. They are not to be taken lightly. Lord Ravager Fantalia favors internal collapse, which is why she masterminded the Stellaron crisis and urged the disciples of Sanctus Medicus out of the shadows. Now that her plot has been laid bare, she has no choice but to retreat.
But he said,
and yet that hardly suits
I guess it feels weird because he says, my task is done.
There must be something more.
And the general replies, that yes, it is. Like, he knew that was the whole point. But that feels weird that he would know things that are outside of his purview at the moment.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. She left me all alone. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth. Endless waiting. As recorded in the ancient texts, this body of water was brought by my people from our homeworld. It formed part of the roiling deep. It is as pure here as it was there.
Roiling in the
Our
deep.
dragon ancestors nurtured us with the water of life, and
Do you know something? When Don Fong committed his great crime,
And I'd like to know what the great crime was in the
Lord's
first
Commission
place.
advocated strongly for him to be destroyed. The Vidyadhara, on the other hand, were split evenly in their favor and disfavor of the motion. The dragon transmutation inheritance was not intact after all. The senior Vidyadhara hated you, yet did not dare to kill you. The Vidyadhara were under great pressure.
Bruh, what? What did I,
In order
bruh?
to placate the 10 lords and skyfaring commissions, they
What I
performed
do?
an
What I
exuviation
do?
charm on Don Fong against his will. Still, they ensured that the charm contained a flaw, thinking that this would fool the 10 lords commission. The senior Vidyadhara were sure of their scheme, but you cannot hide fire with paper.
Ah. I am a big fan of music. You will find.
Waters of the ancient sea, cleanse me. Waters of the ancient sea, protect me. This world's good karma is settled. This life's misfortune is erased.
Interesting, interesting. Nothing else? Okay, we move on. There they are.
Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them.
Wait, why am I distracting again? No!
Heaven's Search.
I'm so confused.
Cloud-bearing dragon.
I mean, I know why it's that, but it's just like, what?
A foregone conclusion.
Oh, wait. Oh, nice. I have the general. Let's see. And now I no longer... Oh, sweet. I get another round with him. I love it. Let's go.
Grace. Heaven's Search. Celestial dragon. This is our chance.
Here.
Oh, he's lightning, huh?
I told ya I could fight.
No, let me fast forward this, because technically, yeah, it's a story battle, but whoa.
Heaven's Search.
The heck was that?
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
My turn.
Time for them. Show no mercy.
That was nice.
Heaven's Search. Rise. This is our chance. Rules are made to be broken.
Alrighty, alrighty.
Heaven's Search. Break.
Xing Yuan, where have you been?
Oh, interesting. Places.
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The seat of divine foresight relayed the battle reports to me. As for Fantilia's plan...
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Luofu into a hell of undying abominations.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I have brought someone with me whom I think you'll be eager to see.
Huh? Is that... Dan Heng? You are Dan Heng, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March.
I just realized that he changed his clothes too. What the heck?
It's me.
So, you
He had a black shirt underneath originally.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests. When you first appeared on the Luofu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious.
I want to hold on to my mistrust of him, but my god, the fact that he's being so upfront now. Why?
It is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond doubt. The Luofu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further assistance from you. However, as Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Fantilia means that the situation is far from under our control. As General of the Luofu, it would be foolish of me not to ask Dan Heng and the rest of you for your strength at this critical moment.
I know why I still feel uncomfortable with what he's saying, despite the fact that he's being very forthcoming. Sounds like a politician. I mean, like, not to say that he's not somewhat of a politician, but he sounds a lot like a politician at the moment.
Even if the crisis on the Luofu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
Dan Heng?
I forgot that I was actually in control of Dan Heng. I'm so used to whenever the Trailblazers hear that that's me. So I was expecting Dan Heng to do something too. I was like, wait, what? And I got so confused once it said, hold out hand to remain still, and I get the choices. It's like, huh? Come again? Excuse me? Bacon powder? Yeah, let's hold out hand. Stand with my friends.
Thank you, Dan Heng.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Luofu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived.
So,
what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm. and on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor,
Raising?
remnants of the curse of the plague's author
I'm
lingered.
confused.
In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Luofu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Videodora guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve and contain the Arbor. To commemorate this magnificent feat and sacrifice, the Alliance erected the Dragon Vista Rain Monument, a Videodora statue.
It looks so much like Don Hong. I wonder if...
You know, Oh. We're getting more cool music? This is Chinese, isn't it? And just to go back to what I was going to say about March's line, it would make more sense if Dan Heng didn't literally look like Don Feng at the moment. If that's a statue of Don Feng. Like if it was... Okay, if we saw Don Heng standing here like Don Heng, the normal... the normal Don Heng, right? Then I'd be like, wow, it looks a little bit like Don Heng. Would be like, okay, fine, you know, yeah, it kind of does. That's, except, you know, it's got pointy ears and horns. Wow, it looks so much like Don Heng. Turns to look at Don Heng. Yes. Yes, it does, because it basically is him. As he stands right now.
The statue... Is that... Don Heng's brother?
One moment. You mean refreeze? And I needed to get a book. Oh my god, March! What the freaking heck? I think her brain was frozen for far too long. I can't with her anymore.
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child.
Bailu?
Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Luofu Videodora have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the Arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree. What happens next is in your hands.
Wait, does he have a... No, I was just running around too fast. First I was like, does he have like a sword? No, he doesn't. Oh! I like the fact that it's a lotus. My head hurts now. I wonder why. I blame March. Oh. That's hilarious. Okay, I need to talk to everybody else too. Hold on.
Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation. Dong Hong, correct? I've heard your name before. Your name was only erased from the public eye. But as the Master Diviner, I know, and should know, all the records of years gone by. Such archives are of great importance in times of need. I was not born in the heroic and extraordinary era of the High Cloud Quintet. To have seen those legends with my own eyes. Your appearance closely matches the depiction in the annals. Does Videodora reincarnation really entail a complete transformation? A new life?
Marge.
You scared the heck out of me. For a second, I thought you'd annoyed the general. It seemed like you were his prisoner. There I was, thinking up a plan to kidnap you. And it turns out the two of you are old buddies.
Yes and no.
So, what made you suddenly decide to come down from the Express?
You know what? I'm gonna play it like Don Hung.
Okay. I won't push you. Everyone has their secrets. Besides, given the circumstances, my curiosity can wait.
Can it though?
Anyway, it's great to have you with us, Don Hung.
Has coming here triggered your memory? Release your full potential. The power you carry is the key to opening a way through to the Ambrosial Arbor.
Alright, and...
I knew you'd come. When we first mentioned the Xianzhou, there was a sad look in your eyes. They may have banished you, but the Luofu is still your home. You're a member of the Express crew, Don Hung. Let's settle this matter as soon as possible. Our journey doesn't end here.
Alrighty, moving on. Hearken as Arbor revives and foe nears. We call forth the mighty waters of the ancient sea to flood abodes of heaven and to quell roots of evil. We etch this in stone for all to heed. I'm guessing that especially the glow stick one is the equivalent of cat jam, huh? Oh god, I know what's happening now then. Once you said Moses Hung, I was just like, I know what's coming then. Oh no, wait. Not quite. Okay, no, yes, quite. Never mind. Never mind. For a second, I thought that he had raised something out of the water because of all the water dripping off of the hard stuff. But then we saw the panning behind the general. I was like, oh no, wait, yeah,
The annals mention that Scale Gorge waterscape was once the location of Dragon Palace.
Rip.
Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Shuhu upheaval period. I witnessed this place in its prime. An age past. The palace was left in ruins, and the Videodora used their sacred homeland to imprison the Arbor. The Luofu and the Xianzhou are greatly indebted to them. Lady Fu.
Here, General.
Remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this
Oh,
passage.
here, General is like, yes,
We
I'm
must
here.
prevent further incidents.
Jing Yuan. General, are you planning to face Vantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
General, don't cast us aside. We're willing to go with you.
Yes, General. We may not be the mightiest force, but it's our duty as Cloud Knights to protect the Xianzhou. How can we let Outworlders face the danger while we stay behind the lines? With your permission, sir, allow me to lead the way.
I understand your sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of
I'll
us
answer
is
that
not
question
an
after I'm finished
abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After
Whoa.
I enter the Ambrosial Arbor,
I had
the
feelings
seawater
about that
returns
that
to its
line.
original
Wait.
state. You must withdraw immediately and seal off the delve once more. The Master Diviner will lead you.
Yes, General.
This line, hold on.
You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention!
Oh man, that Cloud Knight's attention made me feel things. Ooh. I got Ghiblies. The good Ghiblies.
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I will just for clarification, I am 100% straight. I've tried to look at stuff that way, you know, guys that way, if only just because I was made fun of in the past for being gay when I wasn't. And again, nothing against gay people. I love them. I love everybody of all stripes, but I'm just not even bi. So, but there's sometimes when a voice just hits just right, I'm like, ooh, that made me feel things. Ooh. I can find people attractive that are, you know, of my gender, in this case male, right? But it's just okay. I find that attractive, but I wouldn't go banging it just because it's just not me, you know? But that voice right there made me go like, ooh, that's really nice. Exactly. Real recognizes real. That's exactly it, Panda. Exactly. Like, I can find a guy attractive and I don't really give a shit. You know, it's just like, yeah, no, he's hot. I get why girls like him and gay guys like him, you know, whatever, so on and so forth, just because he is very much attractive. A good example of that is, not that, unless Show's here. I think Show's the only one of my usual viewers that's played Final Fantasy XIV. In fact, that's how I met Show in the first place. But there's a character in Final Fantasy XIV named Amric, who's one of the leaders of one of the countries in that game. And both his voice in English and Japanese and his look is just like, okay, you wanna know what? I see it. No, I see it. He's very, very handsome man. Very handsome man. And it's kind of the same with the general. Like, my only issue was that I didn't trust him. His look was just like, oh damn, he is kind of handsome. I like him. He's kind of cool. But I don't know if I can trust him as far as I can, because part of it is also the fact that I only can usually see only one eye at a time, and in most media, when you can't see somebody's eyes, it means that you shouldn't trust them wholly. Either their eyes or their hands. Like if they're wearing gloves and whatnot. Plus the fact that he was a little shifty at the start, and he's already explained why he was shifty. He was shifty because of the fact that we were, you know, he wasn't sure what to make of us, whether we were there on behalf of the Stellaron Hunters or we're there to actually help people out. We just got the news from the Stellaron Hunters. But he was, and don't get me wrong, if you play Final Fantasy VII before, we have people like Sephiroth, who's the actual bad guy of Final Fantasy VII, but he's damn handsome too. So, yeah. So it's just one of those things. But trust me, I am straight as an arrow otherwise. But there's sometimes, especially with voices, voices will get me, both male and female. Voices will get me really easy. Like. Oh my god, that line just sent me there for a second there, Fanta. Straight with a little bit of fruit on the side. Oh yeah, but the fruit's just for decoration. It's not to eat. Just saying. It's for embellishment of the dish, not for consumption. I can't believe I followed up so well with that. I am getting good at this. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, let's finish this cutscene so I can actually make a decision on your earlier statement or question.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.
Sanctus Medicus Durani? Ooh, hold on. Ah, we're still... I was hoping... Do we have enough now with all the Stellar Jade I've been kind of amassing over the short period of time? Actually, technically I could, because I know that I have enough for this. And that will cut it down from 1600 because it's 160 per. Is it worth to save up for any of these, or just to keep, or just to keep buying the passes otherwise? And I think actually this one in particular, I know I don't have enough materials. I think this one is actually useful on someone that I have. That's not obviously the person on it. Since I'm not doing light cones too much, I mean, like, granted. Exactly. All right, let's do this. I'll at least buy one, because I think one would be enough even. Just to see if we can... Oh, you kidding me? I am off by freaking 36. 36. So I do need to buy both. Ugh. Okay. Fine though. Let's see what we got. No. So who do I get? Or what do I get, I should say. Hook's Eidolon, that's not bad. I do use Hook on occasion. And another one of these. There's no way I can afford it even if I bought more of that. And we're 4 in for this. Not that it would give me anything interesting other than Bronya, I think. Anyway, Oh. Eidolon.
Hook's ready to find the next treasure.
Early to bed, early to rise. Enhanced skill deals 20% increased damage. That's worth. And then, actually, I need to go here. No, I think I have it on March. Yeah, okay. Enhance. Superimpose. There we go. There we go. Now it is Superimposition 3. Increases wearer's defense by 22% after entering battle. All type res of all allies 11%. Not bad. Could be better. Could be worse. Yes. Our fearless leader, Pitch Dark Hook the Great. She's honestly very useful for destruction. Especially when I need fire. Can I actually get... Let's try and advance him to grade 3.
I'm with you.
That's not what I meant to do. Okay. So I need... Lightning Wind, quick setup. So I can get rid of her, put her in, confirm, and then, and start the challenge.
Enemies ahead.
Yee, Sela.
Great.
Is that all?
You can fight it, or rock with
Yee. I only got 2. Is that all I needed? I can at least attack again, so it's not terrible.
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
But I also need to heal. Okay, go back there's. Let me just heal up real quick. If you don't mind. There we go. And then, how much do I need? I need 3. Okay, so I need 1 more. I know, right?
This will strengthen our position.
That's fine. I'll take that. I also have a blade if I need it. And a Jingliu. I don't have Ron May myself at max, but at least I have... There's a lot of blades. Alright, let's just take Sela again, as per usual.
A will forged in ice never falters. falters!
Is that all?
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Who's next?
She doesn't carry as much in this fight in particular, but that's okay. It's just the way that it rolls,
Past
I guess.
victories don't guarantee future ones.
Uh-huh.
The
Send.
faster the progress, the greater the chance of errors.
Alright. So then, team set up. Enable team, quick setup. Let me drop Ting Yun just for funsies, see how this works. Let me go fight something. Just anything. I want to see how he functions. I know I haven't ranked up any of his stuff yet, but it doesn't matter. Oh, beautiful.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Defense.
Book smacking. Oh man, that reminds me of some other characters in other games at this point. Oh, so good.
You could have surrendered.
In the name of Len, a will
Defense.
forged in ice never falters!
Your answers?
Some value, I suppose.
Sometimes.
Just as my calculations predicted.
Something doesn't sit well with me in Dr. Ratio and his looks, but his voice is pretty nice. Alright, let's head back to where we were. Ah. Let's push forward. Actually, push forward a little bit. Little smidgen, a smidgen. Just a smidgen.
These steps are so far apart. I gotta find a way down.
Stop complaining, March. Especially when it's clear what you need to be seeing anyway.
You scale-gorge waterscape to seal the armor. Treason! Blasphemy! You've lost your senses. You think this will gain the trust of the Xianzhou natives. Those who are not of our kind can never be of our mind.
That sounds racist.
I understand your misgivings, but my decision is made. That is the course we must take.
I Very well. In that case, I will report you to the preceptors and have you stripped of the name and power of the High Elder.
This must be the first High Elder that accepted the mission to quell the Ambrosial Arbor. According to tradition, from then on, successive High Elders were obliged to return to the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. They would guide the tides of the ancient sea to guard and strengthen the Arbor's seal.
Do you remember now?
Yes. Reverence to the three talents, the path to the great roots. It's the way to the root depths.
Is that some kind of riddle? Reverence to the three talons. What the heck does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Oh, what a huge palace. Completely abandoned. That must have been difficult for them. Imagine how upset you'd be if you had to abandon me.
For the Vidyadhara, it must have been a necessary sacrifice.
I am feeling a little wiped at this point, but let's see if I can at least get the 3 done, maybe. Maybe, baby. I like breaking stuff. It's fun. Ooh, hello. There we go.
Friends?
Eternal. You can't hurt me.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice.
There we go, there we go, there we go.
Never falters.
Defenses.
You have surrendered. By the order of the 10, execute the Marastruck!
No longer true.
No amnesty for the Marastruck.
Some value, I suppose.
Hope you're prepared.
Do you admit this?
That's no longer true.
A few more days.
Also, I forgot what happened to Zhuyi. He was with the others, with Shushang and them, but...
Spirit is gone.
Ah, shoot.
Interesting. Show it to that silly child.
Let's see.
By the order of the 10 lords, execute the Marastruck!
I see the percentage. Okay, yeah.
Grace and elegance.
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
And now he has a 100% chance. Okay.
Existence is unity.
Is that all?
Interesting.
This ends.
Your answers? Answer me.
Interesting. Interesting use of abilities.
Just as my calculations predicted.
My abilitas. Going back to heal because Japard is You're looking pretty low there, buddy. This one's closer. I'm surprised I didn't go this way first. That must be how tired I am. Percipient sconce. Okay.
This is one of the places mentioned in the riddle. One of the 3 talents. If we can break the seal here, we'll be a step closer to the roots of the arbor.
Those seals you mentioned, do you mean these weird-looking stone lanterns?
That's right. From what I recall, we have to touch these stone lanterns in a particular sequence to unlock the seals in this area.
This isn't that complicated.
In that case, then, I'll leave it to you.
I'll do my best. It worked.
General, did you hear about Miss Ting-Yun?
I received word from Lady Fu. The depth of Fintilia's infiltration, along with her meticulous planning, makes her extremely difficult to guard against. The Cloud Knights will carry out an investigation. But for now, our most pressing matter is to put a stop to Fintilia's scheme.
Made it there. Good.
It's time. Every petal in the all will be swept away by the wind.
In the name of Lend, a will forged in ice.
Need to make sure that I don't die.
Prince.
Grace and elegance.
This ends here.
Enjoying yourself? There's more to life.
Hope you're prepared.
No way to miss the Mars struck.
Wow, they hit like a freaking truck. You see how much? Holy moly.
A few more days to my wingspan.
Ron May just got wrecked there.
If your people knew that you had brought me here, there would be great unrest. They will never know. Keep quiet, Inching. This will make us even. I will give you 2 hours. Research what you can. Remember, 2 hours. I'm a short-lived species. Do you think 2 hours isn't enough? It will be done.
That's Dun Feng's voice. But what about the other person? It's so familiar.
I mean, I assume it's what the name of the person he taught. The Ying Xing. Okay, try this. Oh, this one has a boss on it, huh?
This seal was already on the verge of breaking before the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
There are abominations up ahead. Careful, everyone.
Alright, let's see if I can at least do this. I'm not sure. I'm already feeling kind of drained.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
That's it.
SAS per knowledge, the measure of truth. and falsehood.
Oh, I'm prevented.
I'm asking questions.
There's more to life. No.
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! No amnesty for the Marastruck.
Zero place. Hope you're prepared.
Do you admit this crime? Oh, what if it hurt?
This ends here. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice.
Hey, how you doing, Piggle?
Never falters.
How you doing? How you doing this evening? Puglet, more Piglet. That's how tired I am right now. Let's see.
Some value, I suppose. Existence is unity.
Aw, that's a shame. I hope you feel better going forward.
It's time.
Your answers?
This ends here.
I'm asking
By
questions.
the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! No amnesty for the Marastruck.
Test.
Grace and elegance.
Eternal.
Let's see. That up.
Hope you're prepared. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice. Never falters.
Every petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind.
Let's see. Let's see. No.
Answer me. Zero place. Essay knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Zero place. Your answers?
What if it hurt?
Yeah, the part will be up in a second, so I can do this. I can do that.
This ends here.
I'm asking.
Oof, that was getting a little tight. Oh boy.
Did you notice the flagstone the creature was stepping on? I wonder if it has any connection to the seal.
Revelation slate. All the lights the stone describes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I thought. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so one is this one over here. Okay. Kinda, no. I was gonna say kinda like how I do it, Tyler, but there's two of them. But there's two of them, so that doesn't quite work out. Now do it. You know, with the giant...
Okay, let's head to the third seal.
Yeah, with the fact that this is going to be a big to-do in a moment, let's say we take a break here. Let me just head back to the anchor real quick. And we will pick up on this next week-ish. All depends on... Oh, can't touch me. Aha, can't touch this. Alright. So that's where we'll end it for tonight. Just because my brain is just getting more and more fried and my eyes are drying out. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, mentioned earlier this week, is that tomorrow I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna hang out with some friends and whatnot, and then on Saturday we might have a makeup quotation marks, but just keep an ear out to the ground on Twitter, and obviously on whatever platform you're following me on, whether it's Twitch, Facebook, Trovo, or YouTube's, to see if I'll end up streaming on Saturday. It'll probably be at the same or slightly later startup time. And then next week we will be relatively back to normal, outside of the fact that, like I said, I already moved the Tuesday to the Wednesday for the most part. Anyway, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll see what happens. My brain is just so tired, I can't even formulate my own outro. Jeez. Actually, who's online so we can go raid? Let me put that back. Let me actually keep that practice. Nobody that I know. Nobody that I'm intimately familiar. Let me rephrase that. I am familiar with some of the people that I see here because I follow them, but it's just not people that are not, that would be in need of raid and attention, and I'd like to do that when I'm tired, at least. Anyway, like I said, tomorrow, reiteration, tomorrow, nothing, no stream tomorrow, and then on, depending on how things roll on Saturday, I might, but it all depends. Anyway, I will, and will, if I do stream on Saturday, it will be Star Rail. For now, I think I'll keep doing Star Rail and Blue Archives until until Persona drops. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You've all been 10 out of 10 with me, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and future wherever it is that you are. And I will see you guys the next time I'm on. Have a good one.